You can now get a 30-day trial to experience The Athletic for free. Visit the link in the description below to try it now.
Many of you won't have noticed the sudden rise of fan tokens in football, but they are absolutely everywhere. And now don't feel bad if you haven't noticed them, because fan tokens aren't real things that you can see, like a turtle or Jennifer Aniston, but are instead digital assets. And in this video together, we're going to try and learn what on earth that means. And listen, I know we do a lot of skeletons most of the time, but I promise there'll be no skeletons today. No skeletons in my garden, no skeletons in space. There'll be 0 skeletons. As we explain this very important thing, no skeletons. Because you see, with each passing month, more and more football clubs are announcing partnerships with Socios, a company who provides digital assets which supporters can and do invest real-life money in. Some big names are already involved. Arsenal, Everton, Aston Villa and Manchester City have all joined up over the past year, along with clubs from Asia, South America and Europe, like PSG, Atletico Madrid, Juventus, AC Milan, Inter Milan and Roma. In fact, before a pre-season friendly between Barcelona and Juventus, team captains Sergio Busquets and Alexandro were even pictured exchanging fan tokens ahead of kickoff. Socios also announced a partnership with the Argentina national team and became the title sponsor of the Primera Division, adding to a stable which includes NBA franchises, IPL cricket, esports and Formula 1 teams, and the UFC. Basically what I'm saying is that these things are f***ing everywhere. But what are they? Well, like I said before, they're digital assets, sold as a means for fans to influence their club. And what that means is that they can do things like suggest what in-stadium music should be played at certain points of a match day, or which player should schedule tweets on the club's social media account for that day. The more tokens you buy, the more influence you have. So for example, if I were to buy millions of digital assets, I might be able to ensure that Arsenal come out onto the pitch at the Emirates to Cotton Eye Joe. And I can't think of a better advert for whatever these things are than that. Huh? Socios' website also promises future access to exclusive events, games, and competitions, as well as the ability to vote on and decide upon certain club issues. Now, the nature of these polls obviously changes depending on the club and sport involved, but they tend to be around very low importance issues, like at what point in the game the stadium should play Cotton Eye Joe. Now, if there were a world in which every time Arsenal concede a throw-in, they have to listen to the entirety of Cotton Eye Joe, and Cotton Eye Joe resets every time they concede another throw-in, I would like that world. Cotton Eye Joe! This is obviously just a pipe dream though, because playing Cotton Eye Joe in the middle of a match many times might actually influence the outcome, and that is not something that Socios does. As part of an investigation into Socios' move into football, The Athletic's Joey D'Urso spoke to a source at Barcelona who said that in no case will token holders be consulted about the running of the sporting side of the club or business decisions. Here's Joey now to explain some of this like the expert that he is.
At first sight, you might think that these tokens from Socios are solely about fan engagement, about voting on songs and whatever else. But if you dig a bit deeper, you find there's something else going on. There's this mad cryptocurrency trading game. Because you don't buy these tokens using dollars or pounds. You have to go through the step of buying Chiliz, which is Socios' own cryptocurrency, which fluctuates madly in value. And all over the internet, you can find traders excitedly talking about pumping and dumping these tokens, seemingly with no link to football at all. The tokens themselves fluctuate madly too. When Messi signed for Barcelona, there were loads of headlines about he got paid in cryptocurrency for his signing on fee. That was the Socios PSG token. And all that hype caused the PSG token to surge in value, and then it immediately plunged once he actually signed for the club. This is called buy the rumour, sell the news. It means if you get in early, you can make money off the back of poor suckers who buy tokens after seeing them on the news. And a similar thing happened when Atletico won La Liga. The Atletico token surged in value ahead of them winning, then instantly plunged when they won and traders tried to cash in. Another thing is that the company itself owns lots of these tokens. So when they go up in value, they can cash them out and make money for themselves. You could argue that all this stuff is fine if people know exactly what is going on, but it's pretty hard for your average consumer to fully appreciate that this is all a crypto frenzy as well as Cotton Eye Joe.
I was married a long time ago. Because in reality, you see, voting on whether the stadium DJ presses play on Rod Stewart or the Black Eyed Peas at halftime doesn't really do anything or represent any actual influence. But to enjoy this privilege, a fan has to pay real-life money, the same kind of money you might use to buy a skeleton. A skeleton named Jacques de Bones. Now, this could be said to be problematic because equating fans with having influence creates a hierarchy based on token ownership. Also, voting in polls and having a say on very minor club matters are facilities which have existed before and which have always been provided for free. That was a debate that the West Ham United Independent Supporters Association won in July of 2020. They were one of many groups associated with West Ham who joined forces in opposition to the club's partnership with Socios, in a campaign formed under the headline "Don't Pay to Have Your Say." And the club paid attention to that campaign, and the partnership was terminated, almost as if the fans already had influence without needing to pay for it. And there's more.
Another thing is that this product is totally unregulated. The UK Financial Conduct Authority have no remit here because the company is based in Malta. With most products, if they run off with your money or if they go bust, there's something you can do. But with Socios, who aren't showing any signs of that, I should add, there really isn't. There are no rules here. It's the Wild West.
So it's a complicated issue, sort of. Well, is it? No, it's not really. And I think the most important thing to leave you with is this. Sometimes it's important not to give all of your money to the club that you like, or to spend money on things that aren't real just because they're associated with the club that you like. Especially when you have a tumble dryer which is full of yogurt because you forgot you'd hidden yogurts inside your trousers and now your tumble dryer is all full of yogurts. I'm Joe Devine, and that story is about yogurts.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. The Athletic is home to some of the world's best sports journalists, including David Ornstein, Daniel Taylor, Ollie Kay, Amy Lawrence and Rafa Honigstein. There are journalists dedicated to each Premier League team, so every fan gets the coverage they deserve, not just the big clubs. And you can try it for free now for 30 days. See the link in the description.